Now, this might just look like a cube of steel, and it is, but what it's going to be is a bottle opener, hopefully. Let me fix this real quick and I'll tell you how we're gonna do that. Alrighty, now I had this idea for this bottle opener about a year and a half ago, and I made a prototype and it worked out okay, but today we're gonna try and figure out how to make it really good. Basic concept is that you have a blob of steel like this. This started off as 2 inches by 2 inches of cold rolled mild steel, and the next step that we're going to play around with is actually squishing in a big indent in the middle, kind of similar to how we do our ashtrays. Now, what that's going to be is a bigger hole than what the top of a bottle is. So the top of a bottle is about 26 millimeters, about an inch. And so we're going to oversize that hole and then actually end up forging in another smaller punch mark, hopefully, so we have a larger indentation to fit over the top of the bottle, and then a punch that is able to capture that lid and pull it off. So let's give it a shot. So here's the punch that I started to work on. It's just a chunk of H13. I cut off about 2 inches of it. It's 1.5 inch round stock, and then I tapered one side. So that'll be the side that we drive in. We want it tapered so that it releases from the workpiece. If it's not tapered, then it gets stuck. I'm just gonna weld this piece of 1/2 inch mild steel onto it. I anticipate failure with this, and so I ended up cutting a good couple of cubes. Give that a shot. After the initial bit of testing, I figured out that the lip that I was punching in there was actually a little bit too beefy. And so while you could get a bottle open with it, it was really hard. I think that the solution for that is going to be to build a punch that can get down inside the indent so that it should not only have a thinner lip that's coming out to grab the bottle, but also a sharper transition, which the edge of the bottle cap should grab onto easier. That works very good. Well, apart from the bottle openers that we're working on, we did just get in enough steel to make, what was 130 of them? Apart from that, we also are figuring out the shipping solution for the ashtrays that we did a drop of a little while ago. Now, we had to wait for the freight for these cardboard tubes to come in. So that took a second, but we got it sorted out, got foam cut. They feel really solid. There's another piece of foam that goes over the top and then a lid. And so they get wrapped in VCI paper, VCI, which is a rust inhibiting paper. Then we are waiting today, hopefully, the note cards that are going to go in, a little bit of literature to go with it. Those should be getting here today. And we've got a ton of shipping labels printed out. Apart from that, we're currently working on Kiridashis. This is the drop that's going to be happening, I think, as soon as this video drops, basically. And Matt has been working tirelessly. Actually, he got tired. What a wimp. So these are ones that are laser cut, ground, polished, had the bevels refinished, and then laser etched as well. They get these neat little sheaths from Teton leather, slips right in like that. Just a little edge cover, just a little something to keep it safe. Made right here in America, a couple hours away, over in Idaho. Ugh. And then these are the ones that are done so far. So they've been etched. Oh, actually they don't have edges yet, so they haven't been sharpened. But they've got good etches going on them. They look good. As you can see, despite the fact that we did a uniform patterning pretty much for all of the bars, based off of the way that they were cut and some other different factors, they end up with pretty vastly different patterns. And so it's going to be kind of a gamble whether you get something that's kind of stripy or something that has some interesting like dots and lines to it and stuff like that. So if you guys are interested in these, I think it's going to be a little while before we do Damascus ones again. This was the first push to make these, and the amount of work goes into doing a Damascus Kiridashi. Turns out it's a lot of work, probably a little bit above our capacity to do lots of them. And so this initial drop is going to be, depending on how many we get finished in time, probably about 40 or 50 of them. So if you guys want to get in on the first drop, now's the time. Other than that, we got our kind of shipping area over here. These are more ashtrays that need to get packaged up. This is a secret project that you guys will be interested in, maybe. This is a collaboratively designed safety razor done with my friends, local friends here, Proof Razor. They've got a super rad razor, and I just kind of redesigned the handle using their same mechanism, kind of redesigned the head a little bit too, and it's super sick. Very comfortable, very cool, 100% made in the USA. And then the last thing that's very exciting is that yesterday, this showed up. This is the Damascus stock for our very first order of steel. And so we've got 15 and 20, that's this stuff over here, and then 1080, which is this stuff. This is 4 inches wide, 6 inches long, 1/8 inch thick, and it needs a little bit of cleaning up. There's a couple of rusty spots, but for the most part, it's pretty dang clean, laser cut with nitrogen, and so we'll be able to just kind of stack them up and get rocking and rolling. So that's going to be our first really big order of steel. Look at how excited Matt is, just bubbling over. Apart from that, those of you who follow me on Instagram probably know Marty had a couple of health issues recently, got himself a nice case of pancreatitis. He was throwing up a bunch and was excreting blood from the old downstairs, which is a super bummer, but he's doing a lot better now. So many thanks to you guys who have been thinking about him and praying about him for me. I'm just starting to like him, so it'd be a real bummer if anything bad happened. So we're just going to keep on working on product development, playing around with our bottle openers, yeah, working on fun videos, working on steel. We've got a lot going on here. I've got some custom stuff that I want to be working on as well. So if you guys enjoy this content, please stick around. Please sign up for the email list on the Stelter MFG website. That'll allow you to get the first access and get notified when we do drop products. We're just having a good time making stuff, trying to pursue our slogan of neat items, thoughtfully designed, built intentionally.
See you on the next one.